semi passes me, I'll just get sucked underneath.
Sucked underneath.
Especially when you live out in the sticks, and when you get on the highway, there's most likely going to be a lot of semis. That's concerning.
Mm-hmm. There'd be accidents everywhere. There's about 47 right now. No.
Rob, I thought you were going to say she was afraid of getting log jammed by a log on a truck.
Oh, log jammed. I think she was also freaked out about bridges as well.
Yeah, trolls under them.
Sucking you under. Yeah.
Well, in fairness, I do come from a city where a major bridge on an interstate highway just fell down 15 years ago.
Whoa, like Final Destination 5.
Oh, yes.
Something like I should probably think about and be scared of more often than not. Just like, it's not like a podunk bridge. This is the I-35W bridge over a major river, like 4 lanes on each side, just fell down. Killed only 13 people. It was during rush hour, and I'm amazed it didn't kill more people.
To be fair, I don't know if it's helpful to be thoughtful of that and concerned through your day-to-day life. I don't know how you're...
So that's a fair point. Like, there's 2 ends of the spectrum, and that's one end is like, you can't control things. But on the other end, it's like, this major bridge for one of the biggest interstate highways just fell down, and we're just kind of like, yeah, it happens.
Mm-hmm. True Lies has a great bridge out gag.
It does. Shook way up. Top 3 bridge out gag. Of course, Speed has the best.
Oh, yeah. 94 bridge out gags.
I would say that, is it a bridge out gag in the Blues Brothers? Because the highway just kind of stops.
Yeah, and it flies up, turns around, and comes back again.
Yeah,
I think so.
Oh, it has a. So the Blues Brothers has a bridge hop, which is awesome, and then the Nazis at the end fly off the turnpike and fall into Chicago. So two great, let's say, bridge out gags.
Godzilla's got a good one. Is that a bridge out gag when it tears through the Golden Gate Bridge and then takes a nap in the 2014 movie?
Oh yeah, it does have a bridge out gag. Godzilla has like 3 like fake out deaths and that he like just kind of gets tired a lot. And that's like the Undertaker when the Undertaker does the full sit up.
He's just napping. Michael Myers does that too.
Smokey and the Bandit.
Yes. Classic.
Can't forget that
Bond, one. Right? They got a good bridge out gag.
Oh, and
they do a bridge jump?
With the slide whistle. It's good if you mute it.
Which one is that?
Kramer has a great one too.
One of the Roger Moore's, the second one with Sheriff J.W. Pepper in it. I forget which one it is, but he's got where he's driving a car and there's like a ramp that twists, and so he does a full 360 in the air driving, but they do a slide whistle in the background. So it's this awesome stunt. They go. It ruins anything about it. It's terrible. But they really did the stunt. It's a fantastic stunt. Ruined by a sound effect.
It's weird that they added that slide whistle to the end of Thelma and Louise as well.
Oh no, that's totally fitting. That works really well. Yeah.
Oh, and hey, real quick, I just thought of something. Under pressure instead of water pressure.
Oh, there you go.
Pressure.
Okay.
Water pressure.
Drip, 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 drip.
And all the Freddie Mercury scatting is just drip, 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 drip. Drip, 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 drip.
Oh, man. Vanilla Ice would have ripped that off, too. So that would have been a whole different song then. Yeah. So, Jay, you think Whitlock died after he exploded through the glass?
Well, the fact that we see his corpse in this scene, I'm going to say that yes, he has either died or somehow arranged for his twin to be in here. Maybe yes, he's dead. He's dead. So somewhere between him being smushed against the glass and his scene, he has died.
He's been underwater for a very long time.
Yeah, he is no longer wearing the breathing apparatus. He's done. He's drowned. I'm sorry, Mark.
Mm-hmm.
Well, do you think he escaped from the thing and then, like, with his last breaths, he kind of knocked off the thing because he had to do it with one arm? No, he was plugged down pretty good on that gurney.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was fully strapped in.
So do you reckon the shark came back along and just kind of thrashed him around a bit to get him out of the gurney? Like the sharks got him out. They wanted to watch him struggle because they hate him so much.
Yes.
They just
slapped the thing off his mouth.
And they keep it on for as long as possible because they want him to be like tortured. We've worked out that the sharks hate Jim the most.
I love how petty the sharks are.
Yes.
I love how, like between this and the almost ironic death of cooking LL Cool J alive in his own oven, like the sharks are just enjoy screwing with people.
But that's true in real life. The smarter you are, the more petty you are.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. I thought you were going to say that sharks are petty in real life, too.
Well, they are. They are the pettiest sea creature. Without a doubt.
It's been documented. On Shark Week, they showed all the instances of it.
They just trip people to laugh at them.
Mm-hmm.
Knock them off their surfboards.
I mean, literally the best, the top shark is a great white, so come on. I mean, can't get any pettier.
MAGA shark.
MAGA, yeah, they're MAGA sharks.
You're right, though. They like the death with Jim Whitlock. That's insane. Like they really drag him around, and then I know they're trying to sink the facility, but they're.
I will say, as someone who doesn't open their eyes when underwater, I think it might be because I'm afraid I'll see a dead body. I've seen enough movies. It seems like half the time you're underwater, a dead body is going to be there.
Yeah, this is a direct nod to Jaws, isn't it? This scene with Ben Gardner's
it's Ben Gardner's boat.
Yeah.
That's a great point. There's tons of dead bodies in underwater scenes.
Yeah, don't open your eyes.
Guys, I don't know if you've realized this, but I think Rennie Harlan saw Jaws. So
there was a license plate thing earlier too, right?
That's cool.
It's the same universe.
Yeah, that's true. It was the same license plate.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I want to research that because I don't know if someone that'd be weird if the same license plate someone else got it stuck in a shark's mouth, a tiger shark's mouth. That'd be interesting. I don't know.
Well, when your car gets sucked underneath a semi, they give that license plate to someone else.
Right, it got sucked under the semi and popped out the other side into a shark. That's just how that happens.
Happens all the time, especially on a bridge.
It just flew in the air, then got wedged in its teeth.
In a lot of ways, I feel like this movie was almost shot it was supposed to be 3D. There were a lot of parts of this movie where it seemed like it was supposed to be in 3D, but I know that's impossible. But it feels weird a lot of the time, and I don't know what Rennie Harlan is doing. Like especially the scene where the shark is throwing one-armed Jim at them.
Pitching him, yeah.
Like that feels like I mean obviously movies may be dead, but I mean 3D is certainly dead. But for 10 years, like 3D is back, and there'd always just be like a really gratuitous dumb scene where it's like it's coming right at you, whoa, and that's what I feel like the scene with Jim being thrown at them is.
Do you think that was aiming for? That's what he was aiming for? Just make a popcorn movie? That feels like a fun throwback.
Well, I feel like he's making a popcorn movie, definitely, but it just the way it's staged. There's so many scenes where I feel like. I don't know if maybe it's just supposed to be first person where you're seeing stuff come at you. I don't know. I have a lot of questions for Rennie Harlan. I'm going to write him as Chuck Finley and try to get to the bottom of this.
Please do.
Also,
Troy Percival.
From Chuck Finley though. He's like he won't. I've already sent him a bunch as Chuck Finley.
Oh, okay.
You Troy Percival.
Also, I can't keep straight Brett Ratner and Rennie Harlan. I get them.
I do too, actually. I get those mixed up.
I get them and their oeuvres mixed up a lot. I totally understand loving this movie. I think if I had seen it for the first time a few years later, I actually would have loved it more. I probably wasn't giving it the full attention it deserved when it first came out. It's a very fun movie.
All right, I have a question about Deep Blue Sea then based off that. I don't know how to word this. Maybe I'm forgetting a scene in this movie. Would this movie be better or worse with nudity?
There is some, but not full. You have there's a future chapter where Saffron Burrows strips down to her underwear to dispatch a shark. And it's the closest we get.
Because it's kind of like a silly over the top movie, right? So like it already has the R rating.
Yeah.
This is like the 80s slasher fan of me coming out a little bit here, but like, is it a more entertaining movie with it, or is it cheaper with it?
I feel like the opening scene with the teens partying.
That's what I thought was going to happen. I thought we were going to have a Friday the 13th type nudity / kill in that.
Yep.
But they don't get naked and they don't die. Therefore, it follows the rules.
And one of the kids goes on to write Scoob and the Angry Birds movie.
Cars 3.
Yeah, Cars 3. One of the boys on the boat.
Yep.
Cash those checks, baby.
Yeah. I don't know. The moment of like when Saffron strips down, it feels so gratuitous and out of place in the movie. Mm-hmm. That I guess if this was made in the 80s with like Mel Gibson, there'd be like Mel Gibson butt and a bunch of nudity. But I guess when they made it in the 90s, there's probably not.
So I did not understand that at all. Like I understand why they did it, but in the context of the character, why does she take her wetsuit off to stand on?
So she's talked about this in the Dinner for Five thing with Jon Favreau that she went on to back in the day. And so Rennie apparently didn't have it in the script, and the producer suggested it. Of course, Rennie went along with it. Saffron didn't want to do it, so they found a double for her. And they might have actually done nudity then, but she was like, no, I'll do it because I want to control what people see. Like, I don't want people thinking it's like me on a double. So then she did it, and then that's what the scene you get. So maybe that's what they were going for.
It's so bizarre because,
yes, it is.
Like, what's the logic of taking off the wetsuit?
Because she has shoes that are rubber, right? Like,
that was another question. Is she trying to ground herself to something?
I think that's it.
Sounds like she needed Crocs.
Yeah. Listeners, you don't know what you're talking about, Rob.
Is she just trying to show that she's a healthy girl?
Yeah. It feels so out of place, though, does it? Like whenever it comes on,
it is very distracting, especially because usually the rules of slasher movies or whatnot, where there's nudity, is you don't have the nudity during the kill. Mm-hmm. Usually the
separate
nudity is
scenes.
It's the build up.
Except in Halloween 2 in the hot tub.
Well,
it's rarely post-kill either.
But even then, Rob, you see them. You see the nudity.
That's true.
Before it's supposed to be a setup where it's like, oh, the killer's looking in the window and he sees them and they're nude and they're just all happy-go-lucky or not suspecting anything. This scene, she knows the shark is down there and she's developed a plan to kill the shark, and then, hold on, I need to take off my wetsuit.
Yeah.
And stand on it.
It's akin to the Alice Eve stripping down to her underwear in Star Trek Into Darkness. She's getting changed. Yeah, yep. It's unnecessary, completely.
Healthy girls do that, just randomly take their clothes off.
It was so gratuitous when I was 17. I was like, this is gratuitous.
Yeah.
That's when you know it's gratuitous.
So it seems like they made the right decision to not to allow this to be like a movie where the nice thing, the good thing about not having nudity in this movie is it allows you to have its long life that it has on cable and like TNT and stuff.
Yeah, cut nothing out.
Yeah.
Yeah, because this movie, this is a good, this is an excellent popcorn, TNT movie, I would say. Or would it be on TNT? FX?
Back in the day, it would be on, TNT or TBS, but maybe this feels like FX now.
Yeah.
So is there anything gory enough to be cut in this? Because, Jurassic Park gets, Gennaro's death on the toilet, gets cut out of the TV releases in the UK.
Nowadays, I don't even think you need to cut anything, but maybe, I don't know. Cable standards are weird. I know this because the first way I saw Jaws was taped off when we taped it off TV. The only thing they cut out in Jaws is the very end where you see Quint spit blood out of his mouth when the shark's eating him.
Okay.
But that's it. They just cut out that 2-3 second thing where he's like, oh, and blood comes out his mouth.
Yeah, there's probably just some profanity that they dub over, and that's it for really on cable for this, I would think.
Yeah.
Maybe Sam Jackson getting ripped in half after he gets caught by the two sharks.
Yeah.
That's not that bad, is it?
That's what happens to Darth Maul. That was fine.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Wait, does that mean Sam Jackson could come back?
Spoilers.
No, he was eaten. Never mind.
We get the speaking of swearing or language, we get the film's F-bomb is in this scene. I'm not sure if there's been one in the past, or in the future, but Rappaport has a what the F when he comes back up in the water towards the end of the scene.
Oh yeah.
And they start screaming at each other?
Yeah. Carter's screaming because he's just seen dead Jim, and he's come to surface and he's screaming. I don't understand. I think Scoggins is just screaming because he's just generally scared. He was kind of left him back in the corridor, I'm going to come back for you, stay here. And then, given Scoggins' swimming ability, as soon as Carter went down, Scoggins must have followed him straight away to come back after him, to appear at the same time.
Scoggins immediately ignored his directions.
Yeah. Now, I get he's scared. It's going to be hard to keep track of time.
He's looking for Brian.
But I feel like he could have waited a little longer. I don't know.
And then he